All right. Hello and welcome to the UPSHOT League. We got an exciting game for you. We have a rematch between the Charlotte Crown and the Greensboro Groove. And welcome to Novant Health Fieldhouse, home of the Greensboro Groove. We're going to take a look at some game highlights from what happened in the last meetup between the two teams. Specifically, we have Sahara Jones here, career high, 20 points, 5 rebounds with 2 blocks. It was a great day for her. And we'll take a look at some of their highlights here. Really just being physical, attacking the basket, and really just up and down the court. She was everywhere. Pretty high field goal percentage for her as well, which was key considering overall a little bit of a poor shooting performance from the rest of the team. We're also going to take a look at some of our other teammates here. Specifically, we're also going to take a look with our other teammate here, Amaya Joyner with 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field goal. It's a very efficient game for her. 7 rebounds as well. So 3 points and 3 rebounds away from a double-double. Keep on the watch. She might be able to get that in this game, but for a team that is very much trying to score points in the paint, she will be key for the Groove's offense in this particular game. We're also going to take a look at some of the opposing teams' lineup as well. Okay. All right. Actually, we're going to remain our focus on here on Greensboro first. Mainly just a big thing for them is increase the field goal percentage for this game. Last game was a bit of a poor performance, to say the least, and Joyner with that 3 or 5, and hopefully with some of those easy interior shots, an increase in production for her. We'll see an increase in production overall for the offense. Hopefully they will get back to putting up more than just 69 points. Now we're going to take a look at Charlotte here, specifically with some of the key contributors for them in their last game. Number 15, which was Shaquila Nunn. Shaquila Nunn posted up a solid 15 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double for her, along to go with 3 assists and a block, which she shot 40% from the 3, so not dominant per se, but still pretty solid considering Charlotte walked away with a pretty staggering win the last time these two teams met. She also went 6 of 8 from the free throw line, so she got fouled and was able to knock down those free throws, which is key to being able to run up the score there. We'll also take a look at number 2, Deja Kelly. Now, despite only having 11 points, her impact was really... just overall a very impressive performance. Now we take a look at Deja Kelly here. Deja Kelly, despite having only 11 points, it seemed like she really did a whole lot more considering she was up and down the court the entire game, making play after play. We see here that she also had 7 rebounds and 2 assists to go with it, with shooting an impressive 50% from the field, really just being a pest for the Groove the entire game and making that guard play for Charlotte really a big problem for Greensboro as they tried their best to get a win, but could not. And as the game gets set to get underway, we will head to our next piece here. All right. Last game, we saw that the Charlotte Crown improved their record and went on a now league impressive and league leading 4-game win streak, while Greensboro fell to a 2-game losing streak. They are now even in the standings, both standing at 5 and 6. And this game will be decisive to see who can break that deadlock and potentially catch up to Jacksonville, who's starting to run away with it, folks, as they lead the league right now with a .727 percentage in wins, with 8 wins and 3 losses. They have the best home record in the league and the best away record by far. They have 82.7 points per game and lead the league in point differential with 2.9 points in differential. Greensboro right now sunk a little bit. They have around -2 points per game, specifically at -1.9 points per game. Definitely want to get that up if they want to continue their winning ways. Really look for Greensboro to have some tenacious defense in order to bring that number down and get back to their winning ways. Also, look for the offense to take a bit of a tick here. Last game, they only scored 69 points compared to what they average, which is 81.7. So if Greensboro is to get a win today, they have to get around that staggering Crown defense that really forced them to take some low shooting percentage last game. We are all set to get underway here as the tip-off is about to be placed. For Greensboro taking the tip, it is number 21, Maya Hollingshed, and it is won by the Groove. Johnson will take the ball up the court, back to Hollingshed. Hollingshed's now directing traffic at the top of the perimeter. She passes the ball off to Sahara Jones. Sahara Jones looking for a shot, going around, trying to get anything. Takes a bit of a contested fadeaway there, and it's played well. Rebounded by the Crown. The Crown now pushing the pace up the field. Goes for a nice, easy little fader there. And the Crown opening up the scoring. And the first period thus far shaping up to look very favorable for the Crown as they get a stop on defense and answer back immediately. Greensboro now with the ball, trying to answer back, keeping this game from getting out of hand in the first quarter like it did last time. Johnson with the ball behind the arc. Johnson trying to drive, working on Asia Kelly there. The shot clock's going down. Johnson puts up a shot, but it won't go. And you can hear behind me, Coach Washington yelling out the shot clock countdown. That's been a problem for Greensboro this entire offense, is making sure their offense operates within the legal limit of the shot clock. They had a few shot clock violations last game and throughout the entire season, so making sure they clean up those messes is key. Now we see Deja Kelly here. Deja Kelly's working, and she passes the ball out. Her teammate takes a three. That was number 3. That is Reagan Richardson with the bucket for the Crown. Charlotte on the defensive end now. Sahara Jones with the ball for Greensboro. Sahara Jones looking for takes a bit of a contested two, but knocks it down. A tough look and a nasty bucket for Sahara Jones. A fan favorite from last game, getting off to an impressive start thus far. Kelly with the ball back on the other end for Charlotte. Charlotte looking to take a three here. They looked to take a three on that shot, but instead she elected to pump it down. I believe that was number 3, Reagan Richardson, with that. Instead, she gets called for a travel, so a bit of a sloppy offensive possession for Charlotte there. A bit of a break for Greensboro as they look to draw back and pull back even now. Johnson passes it off to Sahara Jones. Sahara Jones getting it to Timmons. Timmons looking for a foul. A whistle is blown. And it's going to be an offensive foul, and the ball will be transferred to Charlotte as they maintain a 2-point lead at the moment with 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Deja Kelly now with the ball, bringing it up the field. She is picked up by Timmons. Timmons trying to guard her well. Timmons playing some nice perimeter defense there, keeping her from penetrating the inside. The ball is thrown up on an inside play, but it is swatted away, but recovered by Charlotte. Back to Deja Kelly. Kelly, nice pull-up jumper. It gets a nice bounce, and it goes. That's one thing that it really felt like was the difference maker in the last game, is that the Crown got their shots to fall. It means that Sir Isaac Newton was on their side, where the Groove, specifically Diamond Johnson, just couldn't really find those shots, those favorable bounces, as just the Groove take another shot, but it is no good. Officials blow a whistle on the play, call it dead, as teams will meet up. We're going to take a look at this last block. You can see she just got enough of it to really get that whistle to be blown. And Diamond Johnson now trying to drive right on none, and she gets that ball to go. Diamond Johnson, she may be small, but she can score on the biggest of people. She's a giant for where it counts most. That is out of bounds, and it will stay in Greensboro's end. And it will be maintained. Possession will be maintained by Charlotte. You can see here on the play, just a little bit of a fingertip on that shot attempt. Oh, my fault. That was actually the made shot attempt, so that was not the foul. As both teams make their way to the other side of the court for Greensboro's ensuing possession, Coach Washington having a few words with her team before they begin the offensive possession. Johnson with the ball. Ooh, a little shimmy shake back out to the outside. That was impressive, trying to get some open space for her teammate, and she does. That's number 21, Maya Hollingshed, with the nice little bucket, an easy, nice jumper. And on the other end, wow. On the other end, Reagan Richardson immediately answers back with a beautiful little layup. Little finger roll action there, getting it up and under. Johnson, nice pass to the perimeter. That's a shot by Hollingshed, but it won't go. And that's an all too familiar theme here as the Groove struggle from behind the arc as the Crown answer back immediately with a triple of their own, and that is not a good sign. If you are rooting for the Groove here, you cannot let the Crown get off to a three-point hot start, considering that has been your main problem throughout the past couple of games here. The Groove try to answer back, but that is a no good shot from Iwala. And on the ensuing possession, the Crown tried to take a shot, and that is Deja Kelly with a shot, rebounded by Nunn. Nunn tries to get it, hits the bottom of the backboard. She's smothered, looking for a foul call, and it appears that she will not get it. I believe they're going to call it as out of bounds, and they're going to inbound the ball. Janice very much being very passionate about the ensuing defensive possession. Very proud of her players for getting that stop there. And the Groove do get their big stop as they down by 5. They definitely need it on a fast break opportunity. And they're going to get that. Are they going to call that foul? Yes. They're going to call. No. They're just going to rule it as last out on Charlotte. The Groove will inbound the ball. You see the inbounding play here. No, they are going to call a foul on that. My fault, folks. Okay. We see right now in the offense. Oh, Diamond Johnson with a shot. And that's no good. In the ensuing possession, Diamond trying to corral the troops here, get them back on defense. There's a shot again. Oh, no. A.D. Durr answers immediately, and the Crown are dominating in this game like they did with the first quarter of that last game. And unfortunately, the three ball is starting to fall for the Crown here. Greensboro needs to answer with a couple of threes of their own or some three-point plays, and that's nice. She'll take that. Number 15, Christine Uwala, with a nice bucket there. She had only 2 games played for thus far for Uwala. She averages 5.5 points per game, and she's already got 2 here. There's a timeout called as both teams will muster their troops. Let's take a look at this last basket before we head to break. You can see Iwala really getting in there and getting the bank to go. And welcome back, folks. We have a score of 8-14 here. The Crown lead by 6 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first period. So far, the leading scorer for the game is number 3 for the Charlotte Crown. That is, I believe, yes, Reagan Richardson. So far, she has 4 points on the day. And as the game gets set, Johnson brings the ball up the court for the Groove. Sahara Jones with the ball. Back to Timmons. Timmons with a nice little fadeaway jumper. Hand in her face. Gets it to go. Defense ain't enough to stop Timmons there. As the Groove get a desperately needed bucket to try to prevent this game from getting out of hand. And they're going to call an offensive foul here. And the ball is going to be turned over. And possession will be taken by the Groove. That is a great defensive stop. And the Groove's assistant coach thanking the referees there. Very grateful to have this opportunity to keep pulling the game back. Jessica Timmons thought about a 3 there. Instead takes it inside. He gets a nice little floater. And the bank is open. Oh my goodness. Jessica Timmons. She's playing out of her mind right now. The reason that Greensboro is refusing to let the Crown get this game out of hands. A nice pass to the inside to Nunn. That shot is swatted away, though. She is smothered. A lot of defensive pressure being put on Nunn as there's a fast break attempt by the Groove here. Oh, in and out. Oh, you hate to see it. In and out. Groove almost had their first 3 of the game there, but it was not meant to be. And another 3 is attempted by the Crown, but that's no good. Nunn with the rebound and gets it back. You can see Nunn. Very physical presence in the interior. The Groove need to find a way to stop her if they want to win this game, or at least limit the opportunities she gets as Johnson takes the ball back up the court. The Groove right now down by 4, looking to try to steal some momentum here as the first period enters the final 3 minutes, the first quarter, I should say, enters the final 3 minutes. There's a defensive deflection there. Only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, though. I gotta wonder here how the Groove are going to get a shot off with this. Yeah, rule an offensive foul, actually. And you can see right there, really, Nunn getting into the paint, just kind of doing what she wants. Her physical presence is undeniable. She's going to get the hard fought for, too. As Greensboro is set to inbound the play, Johnson needs to get a shot off immediately, and oh, I thought she got nothing but net there for a hot second. I really thought she absolutely aced that shot. From my point of view, it looked like it was going in. Shades of Jeremy Lamb there in Toronto for a second. All right. The clock sits at 3:03. Just about 3 seconds left. Sorry, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. As number 22, I believe that is Chloe Welsh, bring the ball up the court. Pass it up to the interior. That's Reagan Richards passes it back out to Chloe Welsh. Chloe Welsh back to the inside. It's number 7. That is Fulmore trying to get to the inside, but it's guarded well. Not well enough. Fulmore. It's a nice little spin around move. Timmons tried her best to stop that, but when you're hitting 360s like that, it's a little nasty. You're gonna get that bucket. As Johnson tries to drive the ball up the court, passes it back to the outside. Shot clock is going down. Greensboro looking to get a shot off here. Johnson with a layup to go. Greensboro really testing their luck with that shot clock as Charlotte gets another bucket there to bring the lead back to 6. So despite all of the tough shots that Greensboro is making. Charlotte's really pushing the pace and getting some easy shots to answer back, and that is not a formula for success. If you're Greensboro, you cannot let Charlotte dictate the pace of this game. As Greensboro tries to answer back, but the Charlotte defense is smothering here. A nice pass to the outside, though. Shot clock's expiring once again, and once again, Greensboro cannot get a shot before the shot clock expires. You see Coach Washington there screaming, shoot it, trying to get her team to make something out of these offensive possessions instead of just seeming to dribble out the shot clock and waste them. Welsh will bring the ball up the court for Charlotte. Charlotte looks to add to their total here. They have a 6-point lead. Richards, nice little pass, a wide open shot off the backboard, no good. As we see Johnson brings the ball up the court. Ooh, thought about taking a three there, but it was guarded well. Instead, passes it up. That shot is no good. Maya Hollingshed with the missed shot. And on the other end, you can see the Crown really pushing the pace once again. Some fast offense, but it leads to a mistake. Johnson with a fast break attempt. Instead, she goes for the open two, and she gets a couple of fair bounces there and gets it to go. We saw Diamond Johnson miss a couple of those fast breaks off of her own steals in the last game. Good to see that she's getting some nice turnover points there, as that is what Greensboro really needs to keep this game within striking distance. As thus far, they are within 4 points, which is much better than the results of what happened last game. Welsh with a attempted shot, but it is no good. See that some people in the audience, people of Crown fans, obviously screaming for a foul there, but they will not get that call. Diamond Johnson attempts a three on the other end, but that one hits the front rim and rattles out of bounds. And it will be Crown ball. With 22.6 seconds left, they maintain a 4-point lead. You see this Johnson basket here. Nice little mid-range two. Looking like Mikael Bridges out there. As the clock will wind down here in the first quarter, the Crown will have the lost possession. The shot clock is turned off. There's 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds left. Trying to get anything. A contested three. It almost went in. Now, the bank was almost open, but not quite. Not quite. What a way to end the half for Greensboro. Getting a lucky defensive bounce there, as they find themselves down by only 4 as we are set to begin the second quarter. And we are all set to begin the second quarter here. The Crown hold a 4-point lead over the Groove. And while that is a lead, you got to imagine with the events that transpired in the last game, the Groove are happy to be down by only 4 as they are set to take the floor here in the second quarter. A little bit of a synchronized moment there as Welsh and 24 for the Crown, I believe that is Lily Grissett, both stretch their legs at the same time. Welsh with the ball, taking it up the court. Heavy defense by the Groove here on the perimeter. Welsh tries to get a handoff, but it is a kicked ball they're going to rule. The official blows the whistle there. Some tough perimeter defense to start the second quarter by Greensboro. And that's what you want to see. Try to limit these offensive opportunities for the Crown so that they can't run away with it like they did in the last game. Hollingshed will inbound the ball for Greensboro. And Johnson will get it. Johnson trying to direct some traffic here. Instead, it's finds its way to Timmons. Timmons with a long 2, bounces off the back of the board, rebounded by Welsh. Welsh takes a dribble, throws it up the court, back into the corner, but it's well guarded. There's another courtside pass, and that's to the opposite end of the three-point line, and that three-pointer is no good. Three-point attempted by number 25, Kiki McGill-Jefferson. And you got to say, if you're Greensboro, you're happy that she missed that, considering the Crown have already gone 2 of 5 thus far, and the Groove are so far 0 for 6. Some familiar history with what's happened last game in their three-point shooting. The Crown with another chance at a bucket here. The drive into the interior. Shot clock expires. The backboard will find a friend in the basketball that bounced off of it. Did not hit the rim. Rebound was grabbed by Greensboro anyways. And so it will be Greensboro ball as they look to put this game within one possession, I should say. And who else but Diamond Johnson dribbling the ball up the court. So far, a bit of a quiet night for Diamond Johnson. Hasn't done much scoring, but she looks to change that here. She cannot get that 3-ball to fall, and Welsh really getting up to get that ball. Try to secure that rebound, but it is swatted away. Last touch by Greensboro, however, so the Crown will maintain possession. Inbounded, back to Welsh. Welsh looking here to push the pace a little bit. She's picked up a lot of defensive pressure on the perimeter. They find the outlet pass, though. Looking for some more perimeter offense here. Takes it behind the three-point line. Trying to look for a shot. She's got an open look, but decides to put it to the inside, and that pass is mishandled. Trying to get it to Nunn. The unstoppable force on the interior. But it goes out of bounds. You can see here, this pass, a nice little bounce pass there, but just some good handwork. And that ball harmlessly falls past the out-of-bounds line. The next shot is no good, but Nunn gets the rebound. And no, that was not Nunn who got the rebound. My mistake. That was Lily Grissett with the rebound, and she gets a nice little up and under basket. And then on the opposite end, a 3-ball is attempted, but it is no good. That is disappointing to say the least for the Groove. Their three-point struggles continue as Charlotte continues to attack the paint. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That almost went in. That was a nice little shot there by Grissett, I believe. She tried to get another nice 2 on a bit of a push-paced offense. Sahara Jones with the fadeaway 2. That won't go. And if you ask me, there's a bit of a lid right now on the rim for Greensboro. They cannot buy a bucket. On the ensuing possession, though, they come up with the defensive stop that is necessary. They're pushing the pace right now. A bit of an open shot, and that is nothing but net. What a beauty of a pull-away jumper right there. That was number 10. Nice. That is nice. Sierra Pryor with a nice little make there. Bring the game back within 4. However, that is the score that this quarter started in. But let's take another look at that basket. A nice rebound. Nice Sierra. Both ends of the court. You can see her with the takeaway on the defensive end. And then just dribbles right down the court. Step and fade back. And nails that jumper. Welcome back, folks. You can see we are opening with a shot of our head coach, Janice Washington here. She just got out of a crucial meeting with her girls as they look to try to stop the bleeding here. Time with a lead, heavily favoring Charlotte as the game resumes with 7.5 minutes left. It's none on the perimeter. Passing the ball out is number 24. That is Lily Grissett. Grissett passes out to Deja. Deja with the three off the front iron. Rebounded by Nunn. You can't let the Crown get those second chance points. And the rebound is secured by Greensboro after what looked to be a floater that was going in. A nice shot attempt there by Charlotte. I was actually surprised it didn't drop. On the other end, Greensboro trying to back it down in the paint. Can't get it to go. Just the bounces in this game. Not falling for Greensboro. And on the ensuing end, Charlotte pushing the pace once again. Fast-paced offense here. Tries to get the rebound. Amanda Nunn could not haul that one in. Not Amanda, sorry. Shaquila Nunn could not haul that one in. We're going to take a look at this out-of-bounds call. The ensuing possession. There's a corner three attempt to end May. Corner three. And the three ball continues to fall for the Crown. And Greensboro really trying to find their groove here, I should say. Trying to just any sort of big offensive possession here would be huge. A nice little fake, but the bucket can't go. And this is where the Crown really dominated last game. As they start to pull away here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Deja Kelly just hovered in midair. Take a picture of that and put it on a poster. What a beautiful little finger roll to get the lead within 9. We're going to take a media timeout real quick, and we'll be back soon. Oh, my fault. No media timeout. As we wait for both teams to come off from their side, we're going to take a quick message from our sponsor. When your business needs power you can rely on, trust a commercial and industrial electrical contractor who knows North Carolina. From new construction and renovations to service upgrades and critical power systems, D.W. Evans Electric delivers safe, dependable electrical solutions on time and on budget. Our experienced team powers facilities across the state with precision, professionalism, and pride. D.W. Evans Electric, powering North Carolina's business. Call 919-383-6020 or visit dwevans.com today. Okay. You can see here we're going to take a look at all the fans. We got some excitement in the building now. Unfortunately, there is a 9-point lead in favor of the Crown. However, fans here believe the Groove can come back. They've made a habit of it this season. Who remembers that huge comeback they had against the league-leading Jacksonville Waves? They were down by double digits at one point, but found a way to win that game. As we are all set to begin the rest of the second quarter here. The Groove will take the court, as so will the Crown. Inbounded on the Groove's side is number 21. Passing it to but who? Diamond Johnson. Diamond Johnson down the court. Diamond Johnson passing it a little. Oh, she was smothered but found the pass. Back out. That was Timmons with the three ball. She can't get it to go. Rebounded. And the pace once again pushing fast up the court. Charlotte's making some pressure here. Trying to find a space to the outside. Can't get it. A nice little pump fake there. And she gets the basket. Wow. And she's all smiles. That's what you like to see. Just people having fun at the end of the day. That's what the game's all about. Nice little beautiful offensive possession there for the Crown. On the ensuing offensive possession by Greensboro, looks to be, I thought that might have been a travel, but no, they will allow it to keep going, but it doesn't matter because the shot was missed anyways, and it is Charlotte ball as they look to attack. Deja Kelly looking for a lane to the inside, but couldn't find it. Instead, she passes it out for a three ball, and that just can't fall. rims in and out, and that's the type of luck that Greensboro has been getting on their attempts. Perhaps the boot is now on the other foot. Who knows? I say that, and Charlotte's probably going to make their next one. Johnson taking her time with this one, trying to direct some offense here. She's going to the inside, but nice perimeter defense. She can't get the bucket. Diamond Johnson struggling to get to her scoring margins here as another three is attempted and made. Just unguarded. You can see some celebrations by the Crown players on the court as a timeout will be called by Coach Washington. She's obviously not pleased with what she's seeing as the lead has now ballooned 18-32 in favor of the Crown as Greensboro now faces a double-digit deficit, 14 points. And that is not the start to the second period that you want, considering you managed to limit what the Crown were doing in the first quarter compared to what they did last game, and now they're starting to run away with it just like they did last game. Obviously some changes need to be made here. And welcome back as the rest of the second quarter is set to be played with around 4 minutes and 36 seconds left. The ball will be in possession of the Groove as they look to try to stop some bleeding here and hopefully get this game back within a reachable distance, I should say, before the half ends. Although 4 minutes, 36 seconds, a lot of time, and we've seen crazier things happen. The ball will be rolled up the court, picked up by Diamond Johnson. She is set to start the offensive attack. Passed out to Hollingshin. Hollingshin back out, and then back finds its way back to Johnson. Johnson getting a little frustrated there, trying to find some open space. She can't find it. Instead, she finds it out for another three ball, and that is, oh boy. The Groove are now 0 for 10 from behind the arc. It is not what you want to see if you're looking to get back into this, especially if you need some big numbers on offense. As the Crown will try to, there's a bit of an offensive mishap there, but the Crown retained possession anyways, and the ensuing shot does not go. Looked like it was, but it hit both ends of the rim, but does not fall in through the net. Bit of an unlucky bounce there for Charlotte. However, a whistle is blown, and it looks like some free throws are going to be called for the Crown. You see a great jump ball attempt. It was a jump ball, my mistake, folks. And the ball falls out of bounds. Official pointing that it now belongs with Greensboro. Greensboro now set. Have this offensive possession. You can see Diamond Johnson on the side of your screen here trying to direct her teammates to get back. So we can have some better shots and getting some buckets here. Once again, the score being 18-32 with about 4 minutes left. Greensboro is in need of a score. Throw-in goes over Diamond Johnson's head, but she secures it nonetheless. Back out to the corner, we have Sahara Jones, hero of the last game. Been a bit quiet in this one. Diamond Johnson takes a shot, and it won't go, but it is rebounded by the Groove, and that rebound, the shot, will not go as well. Once again, shots just tough to find for the Groove here in this first half. As the shot for Charlotte goes, but there's a whistle blown at the other end. A bit of a huddle on the court there as they discuss exactly what they're going to do with this possession. It'll be free throws for number 11. We can take a look at that foul again. The rebound on the foul, and you can see, I believe that is Timmons who gets an arm in there, as one of those arms was swinging up to take a shot. She will take some free throws here, and she will make the first one. That is number 11 at the line, is Michelle Onya, shooting only 39% from the free throw line. She made her first one, but second one's all but guaranteed, and it goes off the front iron as the Groove look to try to get something out of this half. It's just been a lot of struggle, and that pass is turned away, but luckily it finds a friendly jersey anyways, and there we go. Something to get these fans out of their seats. Lead is cut to 13. That is number 15 is Christine Uwala with the bucket there. It's an important bucket as Charlotte's really just dominated defensively and offensively this game, as Greensboro is looking for anything to have some energy. And a poor shot attempt, a little off from number 11. That is Onya once again with the shot. It is rebounded by Greensboro. Greensboro looking for a shot at the other end. Can't find it. She is smothered there by Nunn. Diamond Johnson with a three-point attempt. And once again, the shot cannot go. These three balls, another three attempted, but that won't go either. They've got to hit one eventually. Come on now. Shot clock is reset. They have 8 seconds left. A long two is attempted this time, and that shot won't go. There is a lid on the rim, folks. This is absolutely ridiculous. The Groove really struggling to get anything out, any scoring outside of the paint in this first half. You got to imagine Coach Washington not happy about that, considering on only just one half, what is usually an 82-point game pace for this Groove team, they are now held to only 20 points. And Coach Washington, obviously some frustrations as she talks with the statistics table here, trying to make sure everything is done correctly as the ball is inbounded back out to Nunn. Nunn kicks it back out to Deja Kelly. Kelly looking for a pass, and she finds one. A corner three. They're going to call a foul on that as well, I believe. She falls. Oh, sorry, that is Sahara Jones who is falling into the audience. She's picked up by her teammate here. They're going to call an offensive foul on that play. You can see. And I believe it was called on Nunn. She's looking around, trying to exactly get what the call was there, but the official makes it nonetheless. Johnson throwing out the ball to Jones. Jones trying to get the inside, but she's double-teamed. Instead, it's found out number 21, and that shot will not go. What else is new? Hollingshed misses a three there, and the rebound is gathered, and a three-point is taken by the Crown, but that shot won't go mercifully. Oh my goodness, the three-point shooting in the first half by Greensboro, just not what you want to see at all. And number 15 there with an inside jumper, and that gets good. Christine Iwala seeming to be the only source of offense for the Groove as they look to try to bring this back to within single digits. Deja Kelly with a nice pass back out to Onya. She passes out to Nunn. There is a whistle blown. And the Coach Washington pleading her case with the official, but it does not look like she will be getting her call, as they will be foul called here on Greensboro. It is number 3, Richardson, set to inbound. This play is set to resume with 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining in the second quarter. As a wide shot is taken open, and Deja Kelly drains a three-point ball. Wow. This is a tale of two halves here, well, tale of two sides, I should say, in one half, where one team making the three-pointer and one team just can't seem to get any luck with their bounces. And, oh, that pass went off the back of Kelly's head. She seemed to be laughing about it, I think, and that leads to a nice bucket by Iwala. Once again, she has been the major source of Greensboro's offense for this part of the quarter, and wow, there we go. There we go. Crowd getting into it, and oh! They're giving out a technical foul, it looks like, to Deja Kelly, looking around, wondering what she did exactly, but I believe there was a push-off on the last drive. Let's take a look here. She looks, and yes, she gets her arm in there, and you see, I believe that is Timmons who just goes flying, confused, wondering where the call is, and the referee's delivered. And Deja Kelly teed up. That is not exactly what you want with your team up by 12 points right now. You can't afford to make mistakes like that. You got to keep your best players in the game. And I understand that a lot of fans probably wouldn't agree with that call. As it stands, that is what the official is giving out. Geez, it seems that both coaches having some words as the officials deliberate exactly what's happening. Deja Kelly herself talking with the official, making sure she understands exactly what she did wrong. Obviously, a technical foul was pretty big as Johnson takes the first free throw shot, and she makes it. Johnson, a very solid free throw shooter. Oh, my folks, there was only one free throw shot for the technical foul. But as the rules with technicals, possession will be maintained by the Groove as the lead is to 11. That free throw brings it from 12 to 11. Johnson with the ball once again, trying to find any sort of offense here. She's picked up tough on a guard, but gets it around. Ball back with Diamond Johnson again in the corner. She tries to drive to the inside, can't get it. Looking for more room, has to drive to the inside again, and they're going to call a foul. Diamond Johnson getting back to the line once more. That's good for her, but some smothering defense, minus the foul from the Crown here. Let's take a look at this Charlotte foul. As Johnson trying to get to the interior, and a little too much contact for the officials there. Johnson will find herself at the free throw line, and she will shoot 2. And if she makes both of these, it'll be a 9-point game, and at least that's something to bring back to the locker room as the first half ends. It's better to be down by 9 points than 10. At least you can say that it is single digits. Imagine that affects a lot of morals, or morale, I should say, going into the locker room. As Diamond Johnson makes the first one, it is now a 10-point game. Diamond Johnson makes the second one. Very solid free throw shooter. Expected that she would make both. As some interesting fouls called here as the second half is set to wrap up. Sorry, first half is set to wrap up. Diamond Johnson went for a steal there, but a nice little spin move from Richardson, I should say, keeps that away. Richardson almost lost the ball there, but goes to the inside. Diamond Johnson, yeah, that is, she got a little bit too much on that contest. if you ask me. And yeah, they're definitely going to call a foul there. See and she's driving to the rim here, and yeah, just you can see Johnson's right arm goes a little wild there, and for that, it will be 2 shots for the Crown, and Richardson nails the first one. An 80% free throw shooter. She is very solid from the line. Expect her to make this next one too, and she does. Drains both of them, nothing but net on both. Makes it look easy. Diamond Johnson trying to get something with 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Passes it back out. Diamond Johnson's going to have to take a tough shot here, and she does. Almost gets it to go. Almost gets it to go, but it rattles off the front rim, and that will be the end of the first half. The Crown will take an 11-point lead as they lead it 38-27. Not exactly the half that the Groove hoped for, and obviously Coach Washington has some things to talk about, namely the 3-point percentage, as we are set to end this one until the second half begins. Welcome back, and as we are in the first intermission here, as the second half is going to get underway soon, we're going to take a look at some highlights for that first half, and a lot of paint scoring from the Groove. Unfortunately, nothing falling from behind the arc, as unfortunate number here. The Groove are 0 of 14 from behind the line. That is not what you want to see, at the very least. On the other end, we have Charlotte, who is 5 of 12, with their leading three-point maker being A.D. Durr. How about a game from her? She is 3 of 5 from behind the arc. A big reason as to why she has 11 points thus far and is the game's leading scorer after the first half. Other than that, a lot of physical play from both teams here. A lot of great rebounding, as you can see. Amazing grab by Nunn there. And overall, we need to see better three-point shooting from Greensboro in the second half. You can see right now we have a bit of some amateur basketball going on between two schools. We have the Carolina Blue Flames and FAT Training, as they are playing the game that we all know and love. As a three-point shot goes up. Ooh, a nice little swat. Playing some full-court defense. That's like some Carolina Hurricanes, some nice forechecking there. Carolina obviously having their victory parade today. Shout out to the Stanley Cup champions. And we see right now, there's some movement there from the interior. That's stolen, absolutely stolen there by, I believe, that is number 21, yes. She got a nice hand in there, looking like Drew Holiday. Game 5, I should say, of the 2021 NBA Finals, as the possession then goes back. Number 3 out to number 20. She takes a shot. Well, she looks to try to take a shot, but she pump faked it, and instead it's back out to number 3. Everyone looking for a shot here. There's some nice movement of the ball. Ooh! A nice move to the inside. She can't get it. Instead, she's going to dip it out, but that is a poor pass. Number 14 corrals it in as they push the pace. back out to the other half of the field, the court, I should say, and another poor pass. They're going to call a jump ball here. No, they are not. Instead, the Blue Flames will get possession, and Blue Flame players were lining up behind me as this game started, and I gotta say, I really love the logos on their jerseys. They got a nice comet-looking basketball. Reminds me of the Orlando Magic a little bit. And as that, can the flames of their jersey? No. Thought the flames of their jerseys would translate to behind the arc, but that shot goes wide. It doesn't matter because it's all in good fun, and we're all just here to watch some basketball at the end of the day. Isn't that right? Set and pursuing possession will be taken by number 21. And the shot will be no good. As we go from this break to our next segment, welcome back, folks. We're going to take a look at some league standings here for the UPSHOT League. You can see the Jacksonville Waves have really got off to a dominant start. They are 8-3 on the season, easily the best record in the league. They also possess, as I mentioned earlier, the league's best point differential, as they around 3 points, plus 3 points, I should say, in their point differential. And they also give up least amount of points with only 79.8 points per game and have one of the best offenses. Actually, correct that, the best offense with 82.7 points scored per game. That point differential of plus 2.9, by the way, is best in the league by a wide margin. That is a full point better than the next team, which is Greensboro. Sorry, the full point better than the next team, which was Charlotte. Charlotte with .05. Or 0.5, I should say, with their differential. The other two teams, Greensboro and Savannah, both in the negatives. Greensboro minus 1.9, and Savannah minus 1.5. Right now, the hottest team is playing at the moment. That's Charlotte. As we mentioned earlier, they were on a 3-game win streak on Thursday. Now they're on a 4-game win streak with back-to-back wins over Greensboro here. Looking to extend it to 5 at the moment, and what a stretch that would be from what looked to be a struggling season, as they started 1-6, and now, right now, 5-6 record, looking to get back to 500 in just 5 games. Wouldn't that be something, folks? As you can see here, the Savannah Steel continue to struggle just a little bit. They have the worst record in the league. However, it is not abysmal, as, let's say, that 1-6 record by Charlotte to start the season. They can definitely come back. The main concern here is, will the Waves slow down, as they are, in my opinion, clearly established themselves as the best team. But I'm hoping, because Greensboro was able to beat them, there's definitely enough talent on this Greensboro team to show that they can be the best team as well. However, this Charlotte Crown team really showing why they shouldn't have been counted out. They currently lead at 38-27, an 11-point lead. Definitely not what you want to see, as changes were supposed to have been made from last game, but this game looks very similar to the last game that these two teams played, if you ask me. Charlotte looking very good. as this game continues with its intermission of the second quarter. Furthermore, we can see that in total games back, each team at most is 3 games back of the Jacksonville Waves, which is a bit of ground to make up, considering that the Jacksonville Waves have only lost 3 games the entirety of this season. So you got to think to yourself, how are we going to catch up to Jacksonville? We can't just win out. We have to rely on Jacksonville to make a mistake, and it really doesn't feel like that's going to happen. This team is just very good. Right now their win percentage is 72%, which is, let me just list this out mathematically, the next best win percentage is Greensboro, and both Greensboro and Charlotte, with 45% only. So that is around a 30% difference in total win percentage. We are set to close out this segment in a few seconds here. We get a nice look at the UPSHOT League on one of our basketballs there. And as the players continue to warm up until the second half is start to begin, you're watching the UPSHOT League. And welcome back, folks, as halftime is still underway here. As the players are warming up, taking up some shots, and we're showing you some highlights, as that was a nice finger roll for Deja, one of the many up and under shots that happened out this game. You can see some nice throwing in there, but that one was actually intercepted. And what I thought was going to be an assist play. Made me eat my words. But a big thing I wanted to comment on right now is just, you've heard me talk about it throughout the entirety of this game, just the difference in shooting percentage has been unreal. Mainly due to a bit of an unsung MVP at the moment, A.D. Durr. She's just posted up from behind the arc and drained it. She is 3 of 3 thus far from the three-point line, and she has 11 points because of that, and is thus far the game's leading scorer. And A.D. Durr with 11 points is not exactly what you want to see at the moment. Oh, sorry, my fault. She's actually 3 of 5. I just received an updated stat sheet. And so as the third period is still set to get underway, the big difference is the three-point shot, obviously, with Charlotte being 41% from 3, 41.7% from 3. That is, you know, your shooting splits. That is elite territory, considering the mythos of the 50-40-90 club. The 40 in there obviously standing for the three-point shooting, and obviously 40% from 3 is very solid for any shooting performance. Right now they are 5 of 12 from behind the arc, and despite taking less threes, they have made more than Greensboro. As I said this number before, but it's really just, oh, it hurts to hear if you're a Greensboro fan. Greensboro 0-14 from behind the arc, and that is not what you want to see. And Greensboro does have the better open field goal percentage, as they have 18 and 8 thus far with 44.4% compared to Charlotte's 9 of 21 with 42.9%. However, the big thing is you got to get those 3 balls to fall. And even then, a lot of those Greensboro makes are coming from the free throw line. As the just in the second quarter alone, the field goal percentage for Greensboro was 4 of 21, only 19%. I think a lot of you out there was remembering when I was saying there was a lid on the rim, and it definitely felt like that. Only 19% is, oof, that definitely hurts. We have about 45 seconds till the start of the second half here, as the Groove look to really turn around what has been a bit of a poor shooting start for them. Okay, sorry, someone was just trying to talk to me off air for some reason. All right. And as the second half is set to get underway, we have 18 seconds until then. And then we'll see more basketball. Hopefully, this, what I believe to be, yes, my math is correct, that is an 11-point lead for the Crown, will be changed. And Greensboro can come back into this one. Or will the Crown prove to be too much? As we focus on the players, both in their huddles. Obviously, Coach Washington trying to drop some open looks from behind the arc, because those contested threes, and to be fair, the open one's not falling, but in my opinion, you just got to keep shooting those until something does, because this shooting slump can only go on for so long. You got to think that if you keep putting up shots, something has got to give. However, that logic is also, you know, very famously shot some teams out of games, but what choice do you have? You're down by 11. The other team is shooting 41% from 3. If that continues, you're going to find it really hard to win this game. So as a result, I think Greensboro might be forced to take some more shots from behind the line just to see if they can get anything to go. However, the big thing is start the second half. I think Greensboro's definitely got to just get some sort of offensive momentum. I expect some twos to be made here, probably for them to attack the paint, just getting anything to put some more points on the board. Because as of right now, how things set, Christine Uwala is there. I'm sorry, no, Diamond Johnson is their top scorer. She has 9 points. However, she has 0 of 6 from 3 and only 3 of 11 from the field. As the second half is underway here, as Charlotte possesses, and Deja Kelly dancing on the outside, takes an open 3 and does not go. That would have been, did you imagine I'm talking about 3-ball here and then Charlotte immediately makes another? Oh boy, that would have been a bad omen. On the other end, Sahara Jones, who's had a bit of a quiet day compared to her last game where she was the Greensboro's leading scorer, career high in points with 20, has not done much tonight, unfortunately. And Greensboro cannot get a bucket to go. They attack the paint but can't get anything. And Charlotte will respond right. Oh, a nice pass to the outside. Contested 3 is up. That won't go. But a whistle is called, and I believe they are going to be calling a foul here. Yes, they will. And it will be 3 free throws. Try saying that 3 times fast. For Charlotte. A nice pass. Really just a big hook. She gets all of that and gets it to the outside. The ball does not go. However, it does not matter, as there is a foul on that shot. And Greensboro just got a little too much in that contest. That is unfortunate how the cookie crumbles. You cannot get too greedy with those contests, as you get too close, the official will call that. And I'm a little surprised as A.D. Durr misses the second free throw. She's a 75% shooter on the season, so it's not like she's bad at free throws. She's actually pretty solid, if you ask me. She knocks down 2 of 3 and extends the Crown lead to 13. Greensboro looking for something. Diamond Johnson with a nice little spin move, trying to get to the rack there, and her floater is good to go. Let's get some nice positive momentum here going for Diamond Johnson. That's good to see. Trying to see if she can maybe turn the stove on and cook a little bit, as Charlotte immediately gets it. That's Richardson. Immediately gets a long 2 to answer back. And that is every time. Oh, Diamond Johnson with a 3. That won't go either. Wow. And the shooting slump continues for Greensboro. Deja Kelly dishes it to the inside. It's number 11, gets it. Oh, rolls off the rim. That was Onya with the shot. She can't get it. It was a nice shot attempt, I'll give her that. Just everything but the finish, unfortunately. As Timmons tries to get something to go. She passes it back out to Diamond Johnson. Diamond Johnson passes it. It finds its way back to Timmons again, trying to drive in the inside. A nice pass, but it can't be handled. There's a bunch of hands in there, and it will be ruled as out of bounds, and Greensboro will maintain possession. However, the shot clock at 3 seconds. It is going to be a bit of a difficult situation for them to score here. Hopefully, they can find something as Timmons gets it. Nice fadeaway jumper, and it just rattles off the front iron. That is not what you want to see. If you're Greensboro, you got to get those tough shots to fall because they were not falling in the first half. And on the other end, you can see number 11, I believe that is Onya. Yes, once again, she gets a nice little Kareem skyhook-esque play. She seems to be folding her hands in prayer there. She's very thankful that one rattled home. On the other end, Timmons trying to get something on the three-point line. Can't get into the interior, but Johnson can. Johnson with a nice little step, but they're going to roll a travel. Ooh, I thought that was a mean little step, but apparently she missed a dribble, and that will be a turnover. Over, you can see the talent on display there and the athleticism of Diamond Johnson. You can see the skyhook on the other end. That is just a classic. Back him down, turn around, get up, and it's just pure muscle memory at that point. I'm sure she's made that exact shot thousands of times in practice before. Speaks to the talent of this league and of these players. Deja Kelly brings the ball back up the court, picked up by Diamond Johnson. She tries to find it and pass to the inside. She does. That's Onya trying to get it to the inside. A nice move there, but she is fouled. She is fouled, and I believe that was Tiana Jones-Bell getting her arm on the inside there as Onya tried to go up with it. Yep. And that will be free throws for Onya as, once again, Crown find themselves up by double digits, and the Groove not finding the axe to chop down the tree of that lead just yet. And they got to do it sooner or later here as Charlotte continues to add their lead. Funny enough, a theme in both games, as in this game and the last game they played, still low-scoring halves as we are about 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and Greensboro only about 30 points, which is very surprising to a lot of folks here, and to me, considering they have easily gotten over 80 points in a lot of their opening games this season. On the other end, it is Timmons. Timmons dribbling the ball between her legs, showing off the handles, finds a pass to the outside. It's Diamond Johnson. Diamond Johnson picked up by Deja Kelly. The screen got a little confused there. However, it's fine out to the outside, and that is Jones-Bell. She cannot get it to go, which I'm surprised that did not fall. Sahara Jones trying to get an out-of-bounds play there, trying to knock it off of one of the Charlotte defenders, but does not get it to go, and instead Charlotte takes it down the line. Their ensuing shot does not go, though, thankfully, as they had a bit of an odd man rush. 4-on-5 advantage for Charlotte, but they cannot cash in. However, there is a whistle blown, and there will be free throws for Deja Kelly. You see here this last foul, it's Diamond Johnson. I think the fingertips of Diamond just brushing the forearm of Deja Kelly, unfortunately, for Greensboro, as the Crown have an opportunity to add on to this lead. As that first shot is amazing. As you expect her to make those, Deja Kelly, an amazing free throw shooter. She is shooting over 80% from the line, 82% to be exact. So if you send her to the line, she is not going to miss those free throws. The mechanics are sound. She makes both of them look easy, nothing but net. It's just an integral part of the game. Knock down your free throws that Deja Kelly obviously has down. Trying to lock up Diamond Johnson. Passes out, and it's back. Ooh, a nice little jab step there. Fadeaway jumper. No, it cannot. Ooh, that was nice, though, as the Deja Kelly will retain the ball for the Groove. And a little too much mustard on that pass, as they were looking for what looked to be a nice alley-oop type pass. But unfortunately, the pass went high on the fast break, and the ball will be Greensboro's. However, the Crown, don't want to say they can afford offensive mistakes, but the lead they have right now, it's not as big of a problem for them as it is with Greensboro. Greensboro looking for just anything to pass the 30-point mark here as Jones Bell goes to work. Tries to get something on the inside, but it's defended well. Diamond Johnson. There we go. Diamond Johnson with a nice little move to get the inside. She gets the bucket to go and one. She will shoot an extra free throw here. That was definitely what Greensboro needed. We can see that and one. She gets to the inside and just a nice little floater shot. Rattles off the upright, off the backboard, and in. And I feel like that's the first bounce of the game that's actually fallen Greensboro's way. As Diamond Johnson set to make her free throw, and she does. And we have Kelly bringing the ball up the bar. Ooh, a nice find already into the corner and into the middle. Then we have Onya. Onya gets it to go. You can see just the pace that Charlotte is bringing. They are not letting this Greensboro team have anything. Every time Greensboro finds an answer, Charlotte is ready to answer back. And the defense they've been playing thus far is suffocating. Greensboro, once again, can't find much behind the line. A lot of turnovers thus far. And another missed field goal opportunity for Greensboro. Charlotte's defense is really clamping down here. On the other end, they have another three. Wow. A.D. Durr, she has been lights out from the eye of the arc right now. I believe that was her fourth make of the game. She is the game's leading scorer thus far with 16 points. My goodness, A.D. Durr, have yourself a game. Shooter's gonna shoot. As a timeout will be called. As both teams head to the bench, and you can see that. Sticks a leg out as she lands that. Nice shot as we go to break. And welcome back. The rest of the third period, or third quarter, I should say. Forgive me, it says period on the big board on the scoreboard. But the rest of the third quarter is set to get underway as we have 5 minutes and 15 seconds left as the Crown hold a 53 to 32 point lead. No, No part in thanks to their lights-out shooting performance from behind the arc thus far. They shot 43%. Sorry, 43% from behind the arc this game. And there, the first three finally falls for Greensboro. Oh my goodness, it's been long enough. That was Jessica Timmons with the three ball. Go down the other end. Oh, there is a foul that's going to be called, and it's going to go on Greensboro, judging by the reaction of Sahara Jones. And that three ball finally ends a very painful drought for the Groove, as they were 0 of 16 before that went in. Hopefully, we can get some more to fall. But with the way this Crown team has been playing, with their insatiable defense, I should say. Oh, that almost went in too. With their insatiable defense, I should say. They're been hard to get buckets against, to say the least, as both games thus far played in Greensboro. Charlotte has held Greensboro to well below their season average of 82 points, as we are halfway through the third quarter here, and the Groove just have 35. Not even half of what they normally average in an entire game. And you're going to need that to turn around here, especially you're going to need to heat up from behind the arc if you're Greensboro. But instead, they just choose to attack the rim, and a turnover there, a costly turnover. Deja Kelly will get it, and she'll bring it back up, looking to the inside to attack it. Instead, she'll find a way to go. Oh, and that pass is swatted away by Diamond Johnson. Diamond Johnson on a breakaway, looking to get a bucket to go, and she does! There we go, some energy injected into the building. Diamond Johnson, she's one of the faster players on this court. She uses that hustle to get to the rim. And a nice little breakaway, fast break play. On the other end, Charlotte trying to push the pace on their own, but leads to a tie-up there. You can see the steal there. Deja just trying to, and then a nice swat, and it's passed up ahead. No one in the back defending for Charlotte as Diamond gets it to go. And hopefully that is the start of a major run by this Greensboro team, as the jump ball will go, and it is won by Charlotte. Deja now with the ball. Kelly putting the moves on Jones Bell, and she gets that. Wow. And the and one. You can see flexing a little bit as Charlotte essentially just gets another three-point play there. If, of course, if Kelly can make this, but it feels like, once again, every time that Greensboro's get something to go, they cannot get an ensuing defensive stop. And every time they do get a defensive stop, they cannot get an ensuing offensive score. This game thus far dominated by the Crown. What looked to be a close game in that first quarter has really just ballooned very similarly as it did in the first game. The Greensboro inbound the ball, and Diamond Johnson once again bringing the ball up the court. Johnson, a bit of a low-scoring game for her. She averages 18 points a game, and she's at 16 right now, but we want to see her cross that threshold, as I believe the last few games she has gotten 14, 14, and 12. So this is her high-scoring game thus far, but we would like to see, at least I would, her get past that 18 points mark and get above her average. As you can see here, there's a bit of a toss-up, scuffle for the ball, as it went off the back foot of Richardson. And Jones Bell trying to get possession for Greensboro. Instead, it looks like it's going to be a jump ball here between the two. Jones Bell with the height advantage. And let's see if that can turn into a successful face-off win. Jump ball win, I should say. Ball's up in the air, and it is won by Richardson. Welsh with the ball, trying to get away. Uses the screen to get open. Instead, she decides to dish it on the inside, and that was a smart choice. She was wide open. Could have taken a three-point there, but dishes it to the inside to a cutting teammate. And that is an easy layup for two. As the Crown extend their lead, Jones Bell trying to make something happen there. Instead, she dishes it out to the corner for a three, and that's good to go. There we go. Timmons with another made three. Leads down to 18. And that's something to look forward to, at least, if you're a Groove fan, just trying to cut into this lead and doing so via the way that you have not been able to score at all in the first half. That is big. If these three-pointers start falling, for the Groove. There was plenty of time left in this game for this game to turn around. Let's take a look at the last three. An amazing pass right behind her, using her body to shield her teammate for an open three. That's what you want to see. Great pass by Jones Bell there. Able to get an assist on the open three as she inbounds the ball back to Diamond Johnson. Picked up by Kelly. Jones Bell with a bit of a mishandle on that pass, but gets it. And we have Timmons back out to Jones Bell for another three. She can't get that one to go, and I feel like this building would have exploded if there was any signs of life from behind the right, and Deja Kelly answering right back, but she can't get that one either, but they are going to call a foul. I believe that will be free throws for Deja Kelly as she high-fives her teammates. She's going to get to the line here. Some floor maintenance right where she fell, making sure everything stays as pristine as possible. Obviously, head coach Janice Washington not happy that the missed shots from the crowd are turning into free throw opportunities. As in order to come back, they need to get some defensive stops here. And I mentioned it before, but Deja Kelly is not the player you want to foul. She has been lights out from behind the free throw line this season. And she is probably going to add another one here to go 3 of 3 from the line. Thus far, she has scored 14 points, which was more than her point total in the last game, and it is still only the third quarter. She's got an entire quarter left to play. She is in no danger of fouling out with only one foul, and she is up to 15 now. Deja Kelly, a lookout for potentially the MVP of the game here. Just like I mentioned last game, she has been all over the court yet again. And a shot by the Greensboro Groove that finally goes in. That was number 10. Nice Sierra Pryor. That was a nice little pull-up jumper for her, but on the other end, immediately an answer. Wow. That is Lily Grissett getting in the paint. Like what she does and just absolutely bullying this Greensboro defense. Jones Bell with a long two. Shot just inside the arc, and they fought for the rebound. Instead, they're going to blow a whistle here, as they are going to, I believe, let's see exactly on the replay what happened there. There is a long two attempted by Jones Bell. The rebound gone. It was a great physical chance at a rebound. That was Pryor once again trying to secure it for her team. Instead, it's going to be a jump ball between Pryor and I believe, yes, Deja Kelly. And Deja's team ends up winning that jump ball because guess what? It's the crowd once again on the attack, backing down to the paint. No one was on her. She chooses to kick it back out to Deja Kelly. Now, kind of Pryor guarding her. A little bit of a mismatch there, and she takes advantage of it. Wow. That is number 25. That was Kiki McGill-Jefferson. Just kind of using her size to bully her way into the paint. And the lead is back up to 23 for Charlotte. On the other end of the field, that is Timmons. Can't get it to go. And the three-point shooting continues to be a problem for Greensboro. There is no defense to stop her from getting into the paint. She takes pretty much a wide-open shot. Wow. Wow, this game is being cracked open like a walnut, ladies and gentlemen, as she will get an and one. Another three-point play opportunity for the crowd. The score is now 42-67. That was a nice little dribble. Almost a sham god. She crossed it over her body. And then the rebound goes for number 7. Yes, that is Quinzia Fulmore. She gets the and one and the bucket to go. 42-68. That is an ugly, ugly score if you were hoping for the Groove to do anything in this second half. Pryor trying to get to the inside, and she does. There we go. How about number 33? Amaya Joyner making some noise now in the game. She had a pretty decent game last game, and a bit quiet right now. As the Groove, I should say, look to get her going, try to inject some life into their offense. But on the other end, another foul. You cannot continue to foul this team if you're the Groove. It's just, if you want to win this game, you can't play defense and keep sending this team to the line, especially not number 24, who is Lily Grissett. She's 63%, but keep in mind that percentage is low, only because the season is relatively new, as she makes that first one, and she will attempt another one here. Greensboro's got to find a way to play defense without fouling, as the Crown are one free throw shot away from going up 70-44, but she misses it, and it will remain in the 60s. Rebound taken by Greensboro, but she steps out of bounds, and just everything going for Charlotte's Way this now, as they will get possession back. Has 45.5 seconds left to go in the quarter. You got to think that Greensboro is just wanting this quarter to end. It's just been, they've been bullied this quarter, definitely, and trying to, I guess, take anything out of this and take into the fourth would be positive. But Welsh, beautiful turnaround jumper. That could not go, but she almost got it. And there's a tie-up for the ball, and I believe they're going to call another jump ball here. That is the, I believe, third jump ball this entire quarter. Both these teams are very physical, wanting to play with some energy here, especially the Groove. Obviously, being down big in this one, they're looking for anything to get back in this. And, you know, it's when you see that you're down big that the effort, or I should say the physicality, really starts to increase. And it will be a jump ball here between Pryor, number 7, I should say, Fulmore, number 7 with a big height advantage, and she does get it quite easily. I don't think Pryor even jumped to get after that one. Just kind of fell back to play defense there. And Charlotte will get possession back. We have number 4, that is Gwynn, Nicole Gwynn. She loses the ball. Diamond Johnson almost had another steal on the ensuing shot. Almost got it, went off the front iron. With 11 seconds left, Greensboro will have the ball to do something here to cut into this huge lead. Maybe they can get another 3 ball to fall, and I'll tell you what, that would be something, because they've been struggling with it all night. And as Pryor brings it up the court, let's see if they can do just, oh, a nice little move, trying to shake it, her defender, goes on the outside, another nice move, gets the 3 up, and drains it as the clock expires. A buzzer beater 3 to end the quarter. That's what you want to see. That is life that Greensboro needed desperately, as they now cut the lead to 21. Let's see that. She shakes her defender on the outside, between the legs, a nice little shimmy, and just drains it. That is what they've been needing all game, as we will see you once the fourth quarter begins. And welcome back, as the fourth quarter is set to get underway. Right now, it's been all Crown all day, as they have had the lead for the entirety of the game, and 0 time of lead for Greensboro, and 24 minutes and 14 seconds, I should say, of leading time for the Crown. As Joyner gets in the game. Joyner, a nice little spin move, taps it back out for the rebound. The referee's blocking my view, but that is Pryor, gets it to the corner, and she drains the three. There we go. That was a three by Sahara Jones. It's really her first big play of the game, as the lead gets cut down to 19. There we go, Sahara. Show up. Come on, show them what you can do. That was a nice inbound steal off that play by Pryor, and they're going to call a jump ball here between Welch and Pryor. Pryor's a dog, though. Let's see if she can get that, and she does. It's rebounded by Johnson, backed out to Pryor. Pryor driving. A bit of a poor pass there, unfortunately. Pryor driving on the inside, and you can see her touching her chest there, saying, "That's my fault." She knew she could have done a better job on that one. On the opposite end, you see Greensboro playing some nice defense there. That's what you'd like to see. Hang on, folks. Momentum may be swinging here. Sahara Jones gets to the rim, and one! And one! That is Kiki McGill-Jefferson who picks up the foul. She is looking at the ref, wondering what she did wrong there. Sahara Jones, the MVP of last game, really showing up in this fourth quarter thus far. Knights gets to the end. You can see really just bouncing off her opponent there, getting to the rack. Gets a nice little layup there as she will shoot the free throw, and that's good. Watch out. Here come the Groove as Welsh will take it up the court. She crosses pass, gets it. Back up to number 25, Kiki McGill-Jefferson. Jefferson looking for a pass on the inside. She gets it to Lily Grissett. Grissett trying to get a play in, but she is fouled. That is number 11. That is Jalen Brown with the foul. Logging her first minutes of the game. She checks in for the first time, I believe. You can see she's got a nice length to her, trying to make a play, but you can see she gets her arms over, or crosses over the arms of Lily Grissett, and when Lily Grissett's arms go up for that shot, the contact ensues, and the referees make that easy call. Right now, a 17-point lead. That'll now make that 18 by the Crown, which is better than it was earlier. I'll give them credit. Charlotte's got to start missing some of these offensive possessions if Greensboro is going to come back. Diamond Johnson, come on, cook Diamond. Let's see what you can do. Back out to Sahara Jones. Sahara Jones, her three won't go. Rebound, gotten by Pryor. Sahara Jones takes a big hit. She seems to be okay, though. Back to Diamond Johnson. Diamond Johnson puts up a three. It won't go. And there's going to be another whistle. And that will be maintaining possession with Greensboro. Coach Washington seems to be happy about that, giving some claps and some thank yous to the referee on the sideline. And this possession is big here. The momentum trying to shift over to Greensboro, but they have to cash in on these offensive possessions, and let's see if they can do just that. As the game feels like, hey, you can come back in this if you just get a few buckets. These are one of the buckets that they need, as it's Joyner on the inbound. And she passes it out to Sahara Jones. Sahara Jones back out to Pryor. Pryor looking for someone, dishes it out. And no. That was Jalen Brown. Not that Jalen Brown who plays for the Celtics, but our Jalen Brown here in Greensboro, who can't get the ball to go. Looked to be a nice shot, just rattles off the upright. Can't get over the rim. The ensuing Charlotte possession doesn't go. And look at Pryor getting on the inside. A nice little offensive possession for Pryor, giving the Crown a taste of her own medicine, I should say, as Sahara Jones has taken a few falls in the ensuing possession. Everyone a little worried about her, but let's take a look at this nice little crossover. Dribbles right to the inside, gets a nice jump, and it's just a beautiful shot. That's what you love to see. And Sahara Jones appears to be fine, but I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be a little worried with all the falls she's taken thus far. If Greensboro is going to win this game, they need her to show up in a big way. Diamond Johnson's on defense right now, trying to pick up the ball defender, and she does, and it forces a pass back out. It's right back to her defender. Diamond Johnson trying to play some tough perimeter defense. She can. She is a mosquito when it comes to swatting at those balls. However, Crown find the basket anyways. Pryor now with possession, bringing it up the court. Back out to Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown finds Diamond Johnson. Diamond Johnson gets a nice little crossover, gets to the rim, and it can't go in. Wow. Wow, from where I'm standing, I thought that was guaranteed. I would have bet a large sum of money that was going in. And a nice pass by Pryor. It looks like Joyner was not ready for it. Little over-the-head action. She finds an empty hole in the defense, but just cannot be handled, and it bounces harmlessly out of bounds. As with 7 minutes left in the game, the Crown still possess a double-digit lead. 17 points to be exact. And Greensboro needs to start doing something here. Down big, only a little time left in the game. You got to think that if something's going to happen, it needs to happen now. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see Diamond Johnson show up in a big way, as she's thus far is the team's leading scorer. She did just sub out, but hopefully for the rest of the game, she can show up big. As the officials delegate exactly where the out-of-bounds spot is, they will inbound it. As that is number 3, Reagan Richardson with the ball. She dishes it out to her teammate, number 25, Kiki McGill-Jefferson. But that shot is no good. The pace being pushed. It's Pryor again. Pryor taking a dribble, trying to find something, but can't find anything in the interior. Instead, it's passed out to Timmons, but Timmons cannot get that shot to go either. Sahara Jones trying to lock in on defense, but complaining a little bit. Looks like she got some contact there. Was looking for a call, but will not get one. As the shot again by Kiki McGill-Jefferson. I feel like I've been saying her name a lot recently. Gets the lead back to within 20. And Charlotte is starting to feel it now as they lead by 20 with 6 minutes left. Still getting buckets. Momentum still firmly contested, if not on Charlotte's side. And this wave of momentum that seemed to begin the fourth quarter seems to have been petering out here for Greensboro, as they're really just looking for anything, as they got a bucket in the last possession, bringing the lead back within 18. You can't do that. You can't. You can see there. You can see there. That was, I believe, Pryor looking for a travel call. Puts her hands down to signal the travel, and Charlotte says, "Thank you, I will take that uncontested shot," and just drills it, bringing the game back to within 20. Jalen Brown on the ensuing possession. Blocked! Wow, that is just pure size advantage right there, as Michelle Onya just absolutely denies that shot. Didn't even have to jump, just kind of put her hand up and just turned into a brick wall there. Jalen Brown with a nice contest at the other end, but that won't go. Rebounded by number 15. That is Christine Iwala. She pushes the pace to the other end, but the 3-ball won't go for Sahara Jones. Back down the other end. A nice bounce pass, but it's intercepted once again by Iwala as she gets a pass down the other end. Pryor trying to make something. She's dribbling. Gets it. Oh, a nice little fake, and her bucket will go. That was a way to use the backboard to get some points there. Pryor, she hasn't given up. She's in double digits with 11 points. So we will take a timeout here. And Charlotte will use their media time. Well, Charlotte will take a media timeout here. As with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game, and the lead still at 18, take a bit of a small miracle here, but we've seen crazy things happen. And welcome back, folks, as we count off the final 4.5 minutes of this one. It is the Crown with I believe my math is correct there, an 18-point lead. They are set to inbound the ball, and it is Deja Kelly, who else, bringing the ball up the court, and she finds an open possession. And it's back out. Crown setting up their half-court offense. And I know I'm technically supposed to be commenting unbiased here, but I gotta say, what a terrific job by the Charlotte Crown this game, really playing an absolute perfect game they could have played, especially Deja Kelly. And I might be a little biased, but she did spend 4 seasons at UNC, and as a Tar Heel fan, I can't help but to admire the way that she's played today. As on the other end, though, all right, that is Pryor getting her another bucket. She's up to 13 points on the game. She's playing like she wants it. The score is now 61-77 with 3 minutes and 49 seconds left. That may be too big of a hurdle to overcome. Ball's inbounded. This time it's number 23, Timmons. Taking the ball back out to Pryor. Pryor rebounding it. Back out to Jalen Brown. Sahara Jones. Back out to Timmons. Timmons trying to do something. Back out to Pryor. On the perimeter, Pryor driving around, but the defense is just so good. Oh my goodness. Sahara Jones puts up a shot. It won't go. The shot clock was expiring anyways. It hits the back of the backboard, and that's just been the story of the game. This Charlotte Crown defense has been outstanding, forcing this Greensboro team to take tough shots. These shots have just not gone in. And what was an amazing move is an easy open shot for Charlotte as they get the lead back to, I believe that is 18 once again. And it does not look like the star for Greensboro will be checking back in. Diamond Johnson appears to be out for the rest of the game, so what many consider might be a move of throwing in the towel, as the rest of the game will tick off here with some key minutes for these players, as hopefully they just have something to take into the next game. Maybe they go on a run here and becomes a lot closer, and Coach Washington can take something into that locker room and build something for the next game. Right now, we have Jones Bell and it looks to be Sasha Washington ready to check in, trying to discuss with the refs exactly when it's going to happen. And on the other end of the court, you can see Trisha Stafford Odoms, you just saw there, talking with the official, trying to sort some things out. Clearly, something she's not happy about, I believe, has to deal with the substitutions, and she is really laying into the officials now. Oh. Game being slightly delayed here as the delegations with the referees continue. Is it about the free throws? No, there will be no free throws, as Nunn gets the rebound. Well, I should say inbound. And now, another foul. This one on Sahara Jones, as she will check out of the game. Sahara Jones, I should say. So close to not making that mistake. Referees begin the game once more as the squabble continues, as now Coach Washington seems to be having some words for the officiating crew. As we go to break here real quick. welcome back, folks. We are all set to play out the final 2.5 minutes in this one. Some highlights rolling in front of the screen behind you. It has been all Charlotte all day. It's the Crown holding a 79-63 lead. And with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining and most of these starters for Greensboro subbed out, I feel as this one is already decided. However, that won't stop Greensboro from putting on a show for the rest of this faithful here in their home stand. And right now, once again, Deja Kelly with the ball. And what a game that she has had. My goodness. Doing absolutely everything. Driving the offense, playing solid defense down the other end. And she picks up another assist, and that's Welch with the three-pointer. And then the three-pointer has fallen comparatively way more for Charlotte than it has for Greensboro. As the moment, Greensboro sitting at, really hard to mention, 4 and 26 from behind the arc. And the big reason they do not hit their total and average points per game is simply because, and there's another miss from behind the arc for Greensboro, and a rebound by Deja Kelly. And she took a bit of a hit there, helped up to her feet by her teammates, and she seems to be okay. That's good to see. She's laughing it off. But the three-point percentage for Greensboro, like I mentioned, 4 of 26. That is only 15.4%. If you know anything about shooting splits, that is, oh boy, that is not pretty. The other end, we have 35% from the three-point line from Charlotte. And the real kicker is that Charlotte's only attempted 27, while Greensboro has attempted, Charlotte's attempted only 17, while Greensboro has attempted 26. That is not the math you want to see if you want to win a basketball game here. Another missed shot as it goes out of bounds. But there will be a call and free throws for the Crown here as they will get a chance to add to their lead as they currently lead by 19 and with the ability to push it back up to the 20s. That is Welsh with the free throws. And she makes that first one, bouncing off both ends of the rim, and it goes in. And some mass substitutions here for the Crown as Deja Kelly will come off along with a few other of her teammates. And players such as Kiki McGill-Jefferson will come in. She makes both, and the lead is now up to 21. Pryor, she's got 13 already. Can she add to her total? Playing very physical despite the score. That's what you like to see, just a bit of some life. And they are going to call an offensive foul here, and you can hear behind me the crowd not pleased with that decision. Really letting the officiating crew hear it. You can see the offensive foul, the dish to the inside, or the attempted dish to the inside, and it's just too strong of a push from Joyner there. Sends Welsh crashing to the floor, and unfortunately that will cause possession to flip, and the Crown will get it with 1 minute and 4 seconds, and with a 21-point lead. I've been saying that potentially there's a shot that Greensboro can come back. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be the ones to do this, folks. If taking out the starters have said anything, it seems like Greensboro has thrown the towel here. With 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining, not enough time to really do anything to win the game. However, as I said before, they can definitely do something to bring with them into the next game, something positive they can capitalize on, whether it's a string of made baskets, whether it's some nice defensive possessions, whether it's just a three, something they haven't been able to really get to all game. Hopefully they can bring something into their next contest. And Pryor with a nice look, a nice drive to the inside, and she gets the line there. Excuse that voice crack. I swear, I'm 23. I don't get those that very often. But she gets the line. She will shoot a pair as she has a chance to add to her total. A nice cut on the inside. A little too physical by number 11. I believe that is Michelle Onya with the foul there. And as the crowd goes silent, Pryor makes both of them. She now has 15. Props to her for continuing to play hard and show her she's got some talent. Definitely one of the unsung heroes for Greensboro this game. Really showing that she deserves to be on this team, that she can score with the best of them if given the opportunity. A nice screen gets Welsh wide open, and that's the give and go pass to the inside, and then finds Onya for, oh my goodness, what a beautiful offensive possession. That is just how you drew it up. Screen to a give and go to a pass to the outside, and Onya wide open for a nice little jumper, and she drains it. Wow. That was just a beautiful offensive possession. As someone who just enjoys basketball, you love to see that. A nice floater from Pryor. She can't get that to go, but she gets the rebound. 9 seconds left on the clock. She finds, I believe that is number 22, Sasha Washington. Gets the and one on the play. And that will bring the game to a 20-point game. And if she can get this, Greensboro can have some dignity saying that they did not lose by 20 points, which is marginally better. Just really find anything, and she misses it, unfortunately. But the rebound is taken. No, that is Jones-Bell. My fault. The free throw will not go, and instead it is dribbled out by Welsh, and this game is over. An absolute dominant win for the Charlotte Crown as they win this one 87-67. And you can really tell the spirit, well, the story, I should say, of the game. Just the difference in the shooting percentage, as despite making 100% of their free throws, that was the only thing shooting-wise they bested. The Groove bested the Crown in. Crown better shooting from the field, better shooting from the three, and what is a Greensboro offense that averages around 82 points a game, 81 points a game, once again cannot hit the 70 mark as they finish with a similar score as they did last game, this time 67 points. And no, I will not be making a comment on that. But we are ending with this. This game is over. And as the Groove look to take any sort of energy into their next contest, we are going to end it here in this one, folks. Thank you for watching. You're watching the UPSHOT League. Let's go, Greensboro Groove.